The only place where people will be able to pay their respects. President Carter has another journey to make, Washington, D.C., and I just can't imagine the number of people who will show up at the United States Capitol to pay their respects, to honor this man. Even, you'll have the senators, you have, the House of Representatives, they'll have a special ceremony, and I hope they use that moment to just reflect on the type of man he was when he was in the White House. When he was the president, they were able to pass at least 70% of the legislation he proposed. And thinking back to how Congress is now, it's a challenge for any president to get any legislation through.
Well, I think there's been a reassessment, certainly, of the Carter White House, but I think there has been an appreciation of Jimmy Carter over the last 10, 20 years that maybe wasn't there in the aftermath of the White House. Look, there was a time when the Democrats at their conventions didn't want him to speak, that none of the front runners wanted to be photographed with him, or if he was going to have an opportunity to speak, they would give him a garbage time that nobody was watching. So there has been this sort of reassessment of Jimmy Carter in the United States, a deep appreciation, the symbolism of his life through word and action that certainly has made life better, not only for us in this country, but certainly around the world.
Yeah, he would often talk about wanting to live out the commandment of loving your neighbor as yourself, and he said he wanted to do that as a politician, as a humanitarian, and just as a family man.
And then once he does make it to Washington, he'll lie in the United States Capitol. He'll have a ceremony at the Washington Cathedral where President Biden will deliver the eulogy. All the living presidents, past presidents, are expected to be at that service.
All right, we leave you with a look at the Carter Presidential Center. It will be the next stop on the motorcade on this day one of President Carter's state funeral, the Presidential Library, the epicenter of work that continues and will continue in his legacy in Atlanta and around the world. Our special coverage of this monumental day will continue on 11 Alive and on 11 Alive Plus.